So we have a real pile of Magic cards here. This is a build-around submission for a blue-white deck leveraging Magecraft. So instant and sorcery-based blue-white deck. We've got Leonin Lightscribe here, Delver of Secrets, as well as Poppet Stitcher that all pay us off for casting instants and sorceries. I've got Suspicious Stowaway as a fourth threat that can generate some card advantage when it flips over. Our deck doesn't mind just passing with mana up on 3 with counter spells and things like Divide by 0. I'm playing copies of Fading Hope as a tempo card that can also protect our threats in a pinch, unsummon our own thing in response to a removal spell. And then someone on YouTube this weekend assured me that this card is more powerful than Brainstorm in a very, very confident comment. So I don't know that I expect this card to be particularly playable. I think the fact that it triggers Poppet and Leonin Lightscribe maybe pushes it into playability, but I don't think I'd play this for just flipping Delver. But I think the fact that we have Magecraft idiots on top of it maybe makes this okay. So let's go ahead and dive on into some games with this. One of the other things to comment is that because we're playing all the Bolt lands, we only have 14 actual lands, and we have 30 cards that flip Delver, since we've got Seagate Restoration and Emeria's Call here. So our mana base is a little bit painful for the sake of upgrading, the sake of flipping Delver more consistently. What's wrong with YouTube viewers? There's no sub-only chat on YouTube. So things like Otherworldly Gaze is better Brainstorm is the type of comments you'd get on Twitch chat too if we weren't in sub mode. I think we mulligan this. No white mana and no threats. This hand has 2 lands in it, so we'll keep. We'll bottom the Lightscribe. Big confidence in my Delver slipping here, chat. Sub-only mode on YouTube 1. So I think I'd actually... Man, what is this card and where is Delver of Secrets? I think even if YouTube had a members-only option on it, I probably wouldn't use it. Taking comments that are silly in stride on occasion on YouTube is fine because it's not in real time. And interacting with people on YouTube on occasion encourages them to sub here. The number of times someone subbed because they were like, Jeff, you responded to my comment on YouTube and I appreciated it is pretty high. All right, so this is, I'm pretty sure this is just the nuts draw, right? Let me just attack you for 8 here on 3. No. Delver flips on 2 and 3. Cards broke, chat. Yeah, honestly, we should probably just make this like a 1-game video because this deck can only go downhill from here, chat. All right, so they're dead on board. I am still moderately congested, Logan, so yeah, I didn't sing for Meta Monday this morning. Delver flips a lot in Magecraft builds. I mean, we're a coin flip to flip it here. We do have 30 flips for it. Alright, so mono white. Portable hole sounds nice. You trim a little bit of this card selection. Doesn't... Oh, Disdainful Stroke's awful. What? Fateful Absence or Commando? Commando just being like a flash threat doesn't seem like the worst. If you like Magecraft, you're gonna want to make sure that you you check out Red-White Magecraft. We played that last week. Nice, nice. We'll bottom the Seagate Restoration here. We are starting Kenna today. I'm excited for it. Feather is on the list of brawl decks. I need to try at some point. I guess this is fine to loot through with Suspicious Stowaway, so we'll keep it. Trusted the Brainstorm? Something like that. Man, now I have to cast this spell. Big Papa Punts. This card is really good. I think this card is great. Does Covert Go Blue's whitelist? That's not true. Covert Go Blue doesn't play best of 3. So I thought about gazing on my upkeep there, as you saw, but because they flipped it to night, I don't want to flip it back to day by doing this and this, so I'm going to go ahead and gaze on their turn here. Guess we keep the Consider. Spin it. Look at that, chat. We basically just drew a card for free. So powerful. So powerful. Am I dead? We're just dead, right? this can't be blocked by blue things. Do I want Commando just because it's a white card to block this? Negate's not very good here. That's like probably where I'm at in my life. Clerics was great. It was super sweet. If you didn't get to watch all the Cleric set, it's definitely one you're going to want to catch on YouTube. It honestly might be one of the best sets we've played in this standard format, and the standard format has a lot of good sets in it, so. Oh! This card's better than Brainstorm because I can play it here on turn 1. You can't play Brainstorm on 1, chat. It's incorrect to do that. Oh, that I don't know, that gaze felt terrible there. In fact, I might upkeep this and dig for a land. I think is my play. Oh wait, they didn't take my other Poppet Stitcher? Yeah, deal. Why don't you play Brainstorm on turn 1? Because Brainstorm is only a powerful card, generally speaking, if you can clear the cards off the top of your deck that you're putting back. It's still okay without doing that, but its true power is based around the fact that that's the thing you could do. You know, maybe I was supposed to leave all of these on top. I could have drawn this, played the Delver, and guaranteed the flip. I think that was the correct line. So Poppet Stitcher, for those not familiar with this card, very powerful card. So we can flip this if we have 3 or more tokens during our upkeep, which we do. And then all of our tokens lose all abilities and become 3/3. So the Decade is going to fall off of these. They have to block because of Otherworldly Gaze, chat. Better Brainstorm coming in hot. I think I just been all of these. Oh, I'm dead to Paladin class. Dead to that too. We were so close, chat. We were so close. Gaze just couldn't do it. We climbed up so many percentages with the Cleric deck. I'm ready for Delver to spike us back into the ground. No, Gaze does not cantrip. It's literally just manipulate the top of your deck and then flash back to do it again. Ah, 89 versus 95%, or as I like to call it, the Delver bracket. You leave my sweet insectoid child alone. Leave Delver alone. Was the Lucario bug actually fixed? Yeah, the Pokemon Unite said that they fixed that bug and the Crustal Ultimate bug last night with the patch. Glad they did not make us wait till Wednesday. Oh man, it's an Otherworldly Gaze mirror match, chat. See, chat, and they said Otherworldly Gaze doesn't draw you a card. My Otherworldly Gaze very clearly drew me another Otherworldly Gaze. Hey, thanks for the 50 months, Zach. I assume if you're just popping in now, you missed the Clerics deck we played. We played Clerics before this, and it was awesome. They didn't kill my Stowaway. I'm gonna get rid of the backup one. Let's gaze before we draw with the wolf here. Yeah, I think I'll take a negate here. For sure. Hey, Choice, thanks for the 26 months. Welcome back. The best part about Gaze is that it bins all subsequent gazes, so we don't ever actually have to draw it. We should just hold up Negate for protecting the Poppet Stitcher here, right? It's a lot of... Yeah, I think this is fine, right? Because no removal spell here from them means they're forced to chump block with their Poppet Stitcher this turn, because these are all gonna be 3/3s. Do I die on the backswing though? Oh, divide by 0 is lethal then, right? Sweet. Fateful Absence sounds good. Stroke seems mediocre. Hermit seems good. Portable Hole. Is that good enough for just Delver? I don't know that it is. Right, let's try this. It's honestly impressive that I haven't posted modern content since over a month, and I still get more whiny, complainy comments on YouTube from people watching my modern content than anything else. It's honestly the biggest quality of life improvement, focusing on standard and arena. They complain about just everything. Modern, for people that aren't familiar with Modern, my theory on why that is, by the way, is Modern, for those that have never engaged with paper magic, often costs you hundreds or even thousands of dollars to build a deck. And a lot of people, once they put that type of money into something, they become very personally attached to it. Yeah, there's a big sunk cost fallacy. There's also, not even that, but like, there's also an aspect of like, people who are likely to put that much money into something often fancy themselves experts in that thing, or else they wouldn't put that money in to begin with. So there's a lot more your play's bad, you made mistake, I know what I'm doing and you don't type comments that just aren't constructive or helpful surrounding modern content in my experience. And that's not, of course, to say that everybody that plays Modern is like that. But it is to say that the density of players like that is definitely higher among people that consume modern content than people that consume arena content, in my experience. I built Jund in 2014 when Goyfs were $200 and spent $2,300. That's more than my mortgage payment. Our mortgage payment's like $1,900 a month, something like that. I am gonna respond to the crap out of this Delver trigger, chat. My body is ready to cast this Otherworldly Gaze and still fail to flip my Delver. Are you ready, chat? My house is like 3,200 square feet and has 5 bedrooms. We have 9-foot ceilings in our fully finished basement. We live in a very nice home. It's actually just not fucking real life, chat. It's actually just not even real life. All I'm saying is, if this had been a brainstorm, I would have revealed this Negate and the Delver would have flipped. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, I think if we would have flipped there, we might have been able to race the Poppet, but I don't think we're going to be able to race the Poppet now. If my wife didn't work a traditional job as a business analyst for a large company, we probably wouldn't have been able to get the mortgage that we had on our home. Banks don't think my job is a real job, chap. I'll never forget the mortgage lender, the person we were working with. They're like, well, is there a Twitch front desk we can call to like verify that you get paid from them? And I was like, maybe. I think my partner manager ended up taking the call for me and working it out. But just like, it was just like, come on, it was just like the most boomer thing. Okay, I'm gonna bin the land. I'm gonna show them divide by 0. I'm gonna leave the Fateful Absence on top of my deck. Yeah, actually, Brian Kibler is someone I follow on Twitter, and he's been in the process of trying to rent a new place to live. And he said he had to, for a rental, he said he had to give them like 6 months worth of bank statements to prove that he had income coming in to apply for a rental property. Which is just wild. Ermagerd, we're gonna die to Otherworldly Gaze, chat. So I can't attack here, we just have to pass. Because if I attack, they're gonna flashback both of these and make some things. They have Hall of the Storm Giants. I think we're dead here. As a small business owner, I had to do 2 years of bank statements to purchase a home. That's wild. Thanks for the follow, Blade the King. Christy, Chris, you know, God, God's permitting, Christy and I don't plan to move or relocate again anytime soon or ever. My plan is to stay in the home in which we currently live until I'm too old to walk up the stairs. So, dead to Doomblade here. You have to get one of the cool stair elevators. Yeah, we're pretty dead here. They have this to grind us with. Try and take game 3 on the play. By then, science will be able to give you mechanical legs. Here's hoping. Sign me up for the bionics. So you have like 15 more years if you keep eating cake shakes. Don't judge me, Beetle. I didn't choose the dad bod lifestyle. The dad bod lifestyle chose me. Okay, chat. So this is a hand where if I flip my Delver on 1, I'm happy to have flipped my Delver. But if I don't flip the Delver and we draw an untapped land, I'm also happy. My body is ready to reveal a creature here. And then, do I want to draw Divide by 0? I don't think I do. I think I consider here. This gives us a better chance to find more lands. We be delvin', fam. Yikes. Scale of 1 to dead, where do we think this Delver's at? Feeling like the dead side of the scale here, fam. Think we just let it go. Just learn from Elsa. Drop our Suspicious Stowaway. I remember that bit from Frozen, the one where Elsa dropped her Suspicious Stowaway. I'm gonna have to rewatch that. It's been a little bit. Poppet does not line up particularly well into Sedgemoor Witch here, unfortunately. If they try and kill Poppet proactively, we can Fading Hope it back to our hand. It's aggressive. The Witch attack's obviously great to those metas. Trading a token to deal 1 damage. Seems aggressive, though. come in for Stowaway. Oh, Divide by Zero's not very good either. So they have 6 power in play. Back the Decayed token. Speaking of Pixar movies, if you're a fan of those, you should hang out for Cathar at the end of the stream today. All the videos I've seen of it looks very Pixar-esque. Are you getting new Pokemon Unite this week? We are. Mamoswine is releasing on Wednesday. I've got a 5-stack lined up. I plan to play Mamoswine for 2 hours at the end of Wednesday's stream. Can we kill them? Are they dead? Untapped land is what I want to draw here, right? Oh wait, I can environmental science for the guaranteed untapped land. So transform. And then we go Lightscribe. Science. Fading Hope a blocker. Sweet. Yeah, I think the opponent got too aggressive this last turn. Confirmed superior Delver deck, chat. Coming out victorious in the Delver bracket. Catch you later, Kazoo. Really like Gardevoir. Gardevoir is a Pokemon that's fine-ish in solos, but struggles to be competitive in 5 stacks. It scales really hard in the late game, but it just gets bullied really hard early in lane. Because it doesn't hit its first power spike until level 6. Woolmaster, thanks for the 23 months. Welcome back. If you look back in my Unite playlist, you'll see some games with Gardevoir. I think it's fun to play, but the Pokemon that are weak in lane early are rough. I can keep this hand, chat. We have better brainstorm. So, I'm actually not going to gaze in response to the Delver trigger because I want to ultra high roll here, which is flip the Delver plus draw land for the turn. And then when we hit the land naturally here, I just draw and then drop Suspicious Stowaway. Which I think is fine. Hey, Cobbler, thanks for the 5 months. I appreciate it. Welcome back. I don't even know if this keep is that greedy, to be honest. Expressive iteration is just sorcery speed anticipate. Sure, you'll love to see it. Probably implies they have more card advantage stuff rolled up in hand. So let this happen again, because if there's another land on top again, I want to just play Poppet Stitcher. That's a bit of a kick. I guess we attack first. We could loot into an untapped land. Get your finger, Poppet. We are Video West. Yeah, I think the time to beat said Kenna's only about 9 hours, so we'll probably finish Kenna this week. We're gonna do Kenna every day except for Wednesday. Wednesday we're gonna play Unite. I'm really glad we have all these bolt lands in my deck, huh? We're getting Mammo Swine on Wednesday. Just Mammo Swine. Usually games like to trickle out their content to keep people more engaged. The game's combat isn't easy. I am not too proud to set a game to medium or even easy if it's too difficult. In fact, we'll probably start on medium. Yeah, the 100% playthrough, I think, said it was like 16 hours. I don't do 100% playthroughs. You don't play games that trickle out content anymore, says the viewer watching the Magic the Gathering stream. No, I think just big spells deck. Well, so there's a difference. So what I'm saying, Patrick, if you're not familiar with games like Unite, they're lifestyle games like Magic. They have endless content. Gosh. Do we try and just lethal them here? Do we go Delver, Lightscribe, Fading Hope, Delver? Man, that was gas. All right, sure. We take those. Okay, so Hermit and Negate both seem okay here. Extra Fateful Absence for killing Big Dargan sounds good. Because I have Hermit, it might actually be right to have more strokes than Negates for Goldspan Dragon purposes. Yeah, Unite's not waiting on features, it's just adding more characters and stuff and items. I agree that I generally speaking don't do like early access games. 8-4 cuts here, huh? Fading Hope's probably less good in this matchup than it is in some others. I know it did just push lethal there for us, but they don't have a ton of things we want to bounce all the time. I guess they have Egg. Yeah, I hope controller support for mobile is on their to-do list. That would be ideal. My USB dongle that will let me play my PS5 controller on my Nintendo Switch is supposed to be here today. I'm excited to try that. I hope it works as advertised. So I definitely greatly prefer the PS5 controller to the Pro controller. So I don't think my deck wants to play any tapped lands. And I don't think Jawari Disruption is better than any of the spells I'm currently playing. There's the reason why I'm not playing Jawari Disruption. It's fine. It's fine to ask about Jwari Disruption. A very reasonable response to it. Think I'd rather consider than Gaze here because I want to both flip Delver and draw land. So I'm going to consider at their end of turn. The consider UI isn't confusing, it's just bad. Let's all come together and call that spade a spade. The fact that the consider UI is different from the scrying and surveil UI is god-awful. Yeah, if they jam Goldspan here, I'm actually in a lot of trouble. I should definitely have less negates and more strokes. Yeah. We're gonna lose this game. Our spell mix is wrong. Is that after this game? I think Dark Confidant is too powerful for Standard Historic. Nah. I think a better question would be, do I think Dark Confidant is playable in Historic right now? To which the answer is maybe. I mean, as a heads up, Maggot, it sounds like you haven't read or haven't watched the Meta Monday from this morning. Is the Goldspan version of Blue Red Dragons actually did much worse than the Taking Turns version. So I'd encourage you to check that out on the YouTube channel if you haven't watched it already. Rats, caught with our hand in the cookie jar. The 33-month sellers, welcome back. Gosh, we'd have run them over so hard this game if we'd have hit a second land. Could mono green be problematic? Yeah, potentially. I mean, anything could be problematic, Arrow does. I think it's too early to call anything in particular problematic based on metrics alone. The sample sizes in that video that I posted based on the other metrics, the events over the weekend, are also very small sample sizes. I don't think there's currently enough data to make any data-driven decisions. Normally this works better when the client's not lagging to shit while I'm trying to buy it. I was gonna make whale noises for the whole time, but then Magic Arena decided to be Magic Arena. I think the borderlesses look better. Oh, I did already have the borderlesses, didn't I? Yeah, whatever. We'll survive. Oh, did RTX tag some of my whale noises? No, looks like they're coming through. Well, we did have the borderlesses already. Sag, bit of a spew. It's not the land I wanted for Christmas. Just done this last turn. I think I want lands 3 and 4 here. Is there a Festivus?
The trees are mighty.
The trees are mighty. Oh, Baduro, thank you for the 42 months. Welcome back.
The heat has become unbearable.
And Twitter wants to ban this card, chat. Don't ban Renin 7, chat. If someone counters my consider, does that mean I've failed to consider? Yes. I mean, I think Fading Hope is, like, legitimately good in this current format. I think we flip the Suspicious Stowaway / hold up divide by 0 this turn. Oh. They're dead, right? Rats. I think they were dead if they didn't have this. We would have played 3 spells and bounced this. Excuse me? We're gonna teach our a little goddamn respect for these Leonin Lightscribes, chat. These magic zoomers, chat. Ain't got a lick of respect. Oh, I could have cast the Consider too, right? Just don't need it. I could have had so much more power. Unlimited power. Wrong, lethal, Jeff. Yeah. Big mood. Extra counter spells in. I don't need Hermit on top of everything else. Actually, Poppet Stitcher's probably not that good here, right? Because they go kind of wide. Oh, yeah, Reidane's great here. Yeah. Yeah, I had a brain fart. Thanks for the shout, Zach. Yeah, the other Poppet Stitcher should be Reidane's. And I should fit the third one in too. It's a good shout. Yeah, she's great here. This is exactly the type of matchup you want Reidane in. For sure. Oh, I should have considered when I saw the land there, right? Instead of drawing it. Hey, thanks for the half a year, Shaman. Yeah, these both look real good next to each other. You waiting for the stream to buffer, opponent? Thanks for the follow, Van Helmet. Honestly, Divide by Zero is not a terrible card to name here. We almost assuredly play 4 of them and making it cost 5 mana is pretty prohibitive. Yeah, so this technically isn't a legal play. You have to name cards that are in the format that you're currently playing, right? That's a good question. How many people in chat know about naming Borborygmos with Curse of Silence? I need the Zoomers to out themselves. Maybe that's asking the Boomers to out themselves? It's the opposite, right? It's asking the Boomers to out themselves. Those are the types of things where you just like the one you used to really get people with in paper all the time was they'd have their fetch land in play and you'd go judge, and you have the judge come over and you go, Judge, can I name Dark Confidant with Pithing Needle? And the judge would say yes, and then you'd go, all right, Pithing Needle. They'd say resolves. You're like, all right, name your fetch land, go. Gotta get the Jund players, chat. Old switcheroo. And for people that don't understand what that interaction is like, why that interaction is amusing, is naming Dark Confidant technically doesn't do anything. You can name it, it just has no impact. Okay, so I'm like super into drawing Lightscribe next turn, right? Oh, if I draw Lightscribe, I don't flip the Delver though. Okay, we'll draw Lightscribe the turn after, and we'll flip it to Stroke here. Don't punch down at Jund players. Poor Jund players. Thanks for the follow, Cross. For people that are new to the channel, in a former life before there was a plague and, you know, when my children were still very small / before I had children, I played a lot of paper Magic fairly competitively. I top 8'd over a dozen of the Star City Games Open tournaments. I top 8'd a couple of their invitationals, played in 2 of their Players Championship events, so been playing Magic for a long time and doing Magic related things for most of that time. Neo Queen, thanks for the follow. And these days, I'm a full-time meme here on Twitch. You'll find me playing Magic 5 or 6 days a week. We do all constructed here. Get a good range of decks in what we play every day. Huh. Okay, so with this play, I think with this play, we Fading Hope the Chariot, right? Interesting that they're doing this pre-combat because it lets me get the Lightscribe trigger. And now they don't have good attacks. They should definitely attack first there. Ooh, it's a good draw. We just take the negate here, right? What is Curse naming? The opponent timed out while playing this and named a card that's irrelevant. Which was a little unfortunate for them. Relevant so far. It's like 5 turns in a row casting chariots. Yeah. Yeah, blue cards. Blue cards are definitely well positioned against green stuff. Felt like memory lapse. I mean, divide by 0 is relatively memory lapse adjacent, no joke. It's just you draw a card instead of them having to redraw their card. I feel like I can solidly stamp has exceeded expectations on this Delver deck at least. If we win as much or more than we lose, I feel like Delver has performed better than we thought it would. Dark Chickus, thanks for the follow. Gaze has felt playable. I don't think Gaze is playable with just Delver, but the fact that we have like Magecraft and Poppets being triggered with Daze has made it feel fine. Chariot's not impressive. Magic Twitter just needs things to complain about. I feel like there's a lot of people who think a good format means that there's no format staples, and that's just not how card games work. Like, there's always going to be cards that you're going to see more commonly than other things. I'm going to hold up Fading Hope here, so this way if they play a non-Innkeeper 2-drop, I can bounce it. I think Consider's fine with Lightscribe in hand. People asking about comparisons to a blue-black deck. We played a blue-black deck on like day 1 of the format, and I haven't played with it since, so I don't really have good baselines for comparing this to other decks in the format. probably supposed to hold up counter spells this turn. I guess it's awkward letting them transform too, though. Thanks for the follow, Matt. Head to the Space Jam here. Flip their wolves back over. No blocks, you can draw a card. So I want to keep the divide by 0, I think. I can force a jump block here, actually, right? So we go... bin this. Flip divide by 0. Draw. Consider pump up the GM. Decline. Do this. Divide this by 0. Pump up the GM. Yeah, now they have to jump block. Really impressive sequence here for our deck. Yeah, Lightscribe is a super powerful card. We're gonna play some Esper Sedgemoor Witch on tomorrow's stream. I've got to get that built, and that's gonna have Poppet Stitcher, Sedgemoor Witch, and Lightscribe in it. Okay, so they're dead. Every time I hear Lightscribe, I'm transported back to the CD burning days. Alright, so this sounds good. I'll leave a couple of strokes in. I'm gonna leave the negates in, actually. Because these counter Chariot, Arlen, and some removal spells. They probably don't have Goldspan in their deck. Famous last words. Some portable holes sound okay. Do I like Otherworldly Gaze? It's been fine. I don't think it's good enough to just enable Delver, but the fact that it's 2 spells to trigger Poppet Stitcher and Lightscribe has been very good. So it seems like an effect that's playable alongside Magecraft cards. I'll probably have copies in the Esper deck tomorrow with Poppet, Lightscribe, and Witch. Hermit is very, very good, yes. Don't sweep my board, opponent. Have a heart. Don't Cinderclasm. I'm kind of confused why they let me untap. If I find a Gaze or a Consider here, they get into quite a bit of trouble. Or do they have another removal spell? It's fine. Our werewolf is still drawing us cards. Ah, we were so close, chat. We were so close to saving our Lightscribe. I punted. I should have Fateful Absence this in response to the trigger. So, day and night only counts the person whose current turn it is. So when they cast 2 spells on their turn, it does not count. Or when they cast 2 spells on my turn, it does not count for flipping it. No, they waited because they wanted their Moonrage Slashes to be cheaper. Which is a fine reason to wait. I should have done this on the previous turn cycle. I'd be 5 higher. Cathar, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. I think again, I'm only playing 1 spell because I wanted to stay night with my werewolves. I'll just take a hit for a turn from this this wolf in play. It's an incredible draw. Another Fading Hope or Divide by 0 would be a great pickup here. Think I again just don't want to flip it back today. Stop on their main phase here. So if they tap out for something, we can Fading Hope the Storm Charge Slasher in response. It bolted here and deserved to die. Is there ways to stop when combat begins like Moto? Yeah. Click on the swords. I think we're dead to their trample, huh? Yeah. Rats. If I'd have been +5 life there, we'd have been in a much better spot, obviously. My bad sequencing earlier in the game was pretty unfortunate for us. These negates aren't good. They have a lot of removal. I'll leave them in. Nah, I don't think I was supposed to flip over. I think my thing's drawing cards is more valuable than anything else there. In the hand with no threats. Yeah, these over here also don't even appear if you don't have the toggle on. You have to like have show phases enabled, I think, to have these things appear in the lower right. Want to press my advantage here being on the play. This card is very strong. I think this is one we'll see more of as the format develops. Cards are super reasonable in this format. I think I let this flip tonight. They want to be attacking with this. We're kind of winning the race. It might have been right to bin the negate over the Fateful Absence here. This is an absurd draw. All arena decks are 50. Okay, do we just like play second Lightscribe to flip back over, and then next turn we can Sciences to trigger Magecraft, and then we don't mind looting the land away? Outside of a sweeper, we're in a pretty commanding spot here. If they go like Red Source Cinderclasm, I'm in trouble, but we're pretty far ahead at the moment. Yeah. Okay. This card's really good when it gives your board +6. Well, no, transform cards have their same converted mana cost on the backside. Man, Leonin Lightscribe is a card that just like, whenever we've registered, it always ends up impressing me. Yeah, our ability to beat down felt pretty reasonable here, and our small bits of interaction didn't feel bad either. Both Divide by Zero and Fading Hope are just like very decent cards in the format in terms of buying tempo and like tree folks running around. Otherworldly Gaze felt like it was worth its slot. I think, again, the fact that it could just like that last game, right? Where it just like triggers Magecraft multiple times is super reasonable. And tomorrow I'm going to be interested to see it play out in a deck that has Sideboard Witch on top of these other ones, on top of these other cards. I think tomorrow for the Esper deck, my threat base is probably going to start like Stowaway, Lightscribe, Witch, Poppet, probably exclude Delver. I think to start, well, we'll see though. I need to sit down and build that deck this evening. At any rate, I don't know that I have any other changes on what we finished with this. I feel like we ended at a pretty decent spot. How's Poppet felt in this format? I don't have enough metrics for that, Limu. I don't. It's felt fine. It's felt playable. This is our second or third time playing a Poppet deck, and it's felt reasonable every time we've done it. Like turning things into 3/3s lets you kill people out of nowhere. The fact that this is a young Pyromancer-esque effect that doesn't play defense has felt bad on occasion, though. The fact that your Decayed tokens don't do anything until you have 3 of them and flip them into 3/3s is definitely something that comes up. I do think I kind of expect this card to be better. We'd previously played it alongside Sedgemoor Witch, which is what we're going to do again tomorrow with the Esper variation. And I think that this card's probably better when you have other additional tokens to pair it with more than anything else. All right, at any rate, that's going to wrap on Magic content for